What's up, YouTube? It's Joe, the collector of superheroes, once again. And if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a like after the video, and any comments you guys have for me, go ahead and shoot them to me after the video. Alright, so really happy. Been waiting on these books for a while from CGC. And I want to go ahead and pop these open for you guys so that you guys can see exactly what I picked up from CGC. And all I can say is these are some of my personal grails right now, Marvel grails. I'll go ahead and give you guys a spoiler. Many of you guys know I hardly collect DC. I do have a lot of DC comics, but not many graded. I think my favorite DC comics right now is probably Harley Quinn. Batman Adventures 12 is my favorite. I really love some of those Jim Lee Batman covers. Those are sick. Anything Green Lantern. Like, I mean, my grails are out of reach for me right now. Green Lantern, first appearance of Green Lantern, Batman Adventures 12, freaking first appearance Batman, my grails. DC is just insane what those comic books go for. You're talking about 5,000 or more for one comic book, that I would like to acquire. I think that a book that I will probably get soon is Batman Adventures 12. Again, just because she's my favorite. Harley Quinn is my favorite female, villain in DC, and she's super cool. You never get tired of seeing her. And I'm really excited for the Birds of Prey movie, and also the new Suicide Squad movie, which is confirmed that will be Harley Quinn coming back, Margot Robbie. So super excited about that. But right here, guys, right here, right now, I got some CGC freaking magic. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop this open with you guys real quick. Now I'm gonna hold you up, guys. I'm not gonna hold you guys up anymore. I'm just gonna go ahead and open this because I'm excited to see them. I haven't seen them in probably like a couple weeks, and I did get them pressed. I did get them cleaned, and the grades are a little bit lower than I expected, but it was kind of around where I thought they were gonna be. It was kind of like I just threw them out there, got them graded. I'm getting all my books graded, all my big key books. So here goes 2 of them. I had these graded. I had them. They were fully insured them for sure when I shipped them off. I think it was probably like $30 to get them insured for $2,000 or more or something like that. And so I freaking got all these fully insured, and I went ahead and did not economy, not standard. These were, I can't remember. But they were expensive to get these pressed because they were pricey books, and I think it was probably like $85 per book to get these graded. So, and not to mention $85 per press and clean. So I wanted them to do a good job, and they're pricey books, so I went ahead and put the insurance on them. And I removed this paper. From this box here. But look at this. They did the packaging, and trusted consignment seller, Sparkle City Comics. Wow, check that out. That's cool. They put an eBay thing right on in my thing for Sparkle City Comics, so I might have to go check those guys out. If this guy's he's got pull with CGC. If you're getting a letter from CGC saying to go check this guy out, Sparkle City Comics, big shout outs to Sparkle City Comics. If he is one of my subscribers checking me out, hey, you're in here, dude. That's pretty cool. Industry leader since the 1970s, record sales top dollar paid for collection, top comics deal on eBay and worldwide. eBay's official consignment for comics. Consign your CGC graded comics today. eBay Consignment Center. Trusted sellers do the selling, you get paid. Consign comics, sports cards, and more. Follow these 3 easy steps. Find your seller. Choose from a list of highly trusted industry experts to sell your items. Ship your items. After discussing the terms and logistics of your sale, ship the items to the seller. Sit back. Wait to get paid. You're all set. Watch the items sell on eBay and get paid. That's kind of cool. Maybe I'll do that one day. I've done that for people. Alright, so here goes my books. I already know the grade, so I'm not too shocked. I'm not too surprised. And I'm freaking happy. I'm happy with the grades. You know, I know what I have put into these books, and I did get them pressed and clean, but some of these books, it don't matter if you press and clean them. You know, there's nothing you could do to make them look better. You know, but like I was saying, I'm happy that they're not restored or anything like that, because I did purchase these books from people and outside of eBay, and just these books are, to me, these are beautiful freaking books. The first comic book that I want to show you guys, it came back a 3.5. It's Strange Tales 110, the first appearance of Doctor Strange. It looks beautiful inside of this new CGC case. As you can see right here, I don't know if you guys can see, it says first appearance of Doctor Strange, Ancient One, Nightmare, and Wong. And it also says first Paste Pop Pete and Wizard Teemo. So yeah, it's not the the cleanest book. Has that ugly, you know, that ugly little you know, crease right over here in the corner. But I mean, it came back a 3.5, and the back is pretty nice actually. It's probably why it came back 3.5. No staples, you know, staples are attached, and I'm just happy to have this comic book in my collection and graded. Now I have the first appearance of Doctor Strange, which is huge. You know, the Disney Plus shows coming out. You know, Disney is making the next Doctor Strange movie. Marvel Entertainment is making the next Doctor Strange movie. That's gonna be huge. You know, I really hope they announce the villain as Nightmare, and when they do, this book's gonna go up again, and it's just a very cool book to have. What's cool about this book too is Doctor Strange isn't even on the cover, but it's his first appearance, and in the back of the comic, like probably, you know, like the freaking all the way in the back, there's a little story, and it's about Doctor Strange, and that's it. That's all they would do for the, you know, couple books. Doctor Strange Tales books is Doctor Strange. What they didn't know if he was going to be super popular yet, so they would just put his you know, little story in the back of the book of Strange Tales, and then he became super popular, and so you know, they made the movie and all that. But yeah, so like what I was trying to say is, you know, he was never really on the front of any of the covers at first, until I believe Strange Tales, like, oh, no, he got his own story, and oh man, my memory's like really jacked up right now, but I have that first comic book, and it's super sick. His first cover, it's a Steve Ditko, I believe, is the first cover of his. I believe it's Steve Ditko. I could be wrong though. But moving on to the next book real quick, I want to show you guys. Super excited and happy and thrilled to have this back in my collection. And it's just, this is my grail, because I am such a huge X-Men fan, huge Wolverine fan. As you can see, he's my favorite superhero. And I sold this book off a couple years ago. Book went through the roof. Regretted it. To this day, I still regret it. had a 7.5 signed by Stan Lee. This is, you know, a book that needs no introduction. This is the Giant Size X-Men #1, Marvel Comics, summer 1975. First appearance of Nightcrawler, Storm, Colossus, Thunderbird, and Wolverine. He joined the team. So yeah, I got this comic book graded at 8.0. And this is the New Hulk 181. This book just keeps going up in value, and it has not shot down at all. It just keeps going up and up and up, and it's beautiful. This book is beautiful. I thought it would have came back at 8.5 or a 9.0, but it did have a couple little flaws on it, I guess. The corner was kind of banged up a lot. It did have a little, if that corner would have been a little crisper, I guarantee it would have got a 9.0, because the book is freaking beautiful. It's nice. Got a nice square bound, nothing missing out the square bound. Those are super hard to get intact like that. I mean, look at the colors on this thing, just pop. Gorgeous. 1975, first appearance of the new X-Men team. This is the second team that was called up by, real quick story, because I always love telling the story about the Giant Size X-Men. It's such an iconic cover. It was by Gil Kane and Dave Cockrum. Dave Cockrum is the artist. He did the art, cover art as well. And Len Wein did the story, and this story is incredible, let me tell you. Just went back and read it, and the story picks off with, it starts off with just Nightcrawler, just, you know, they're about to like torch, and like you got guys with pitchforks and stuff about to kill Nightcrawler, and then Professor Xavier just comes and he freezes everybody, and he saves Nightcrawler, and he says, "Hey, would you like to join my team? I'm putting a team together of mutants. Would you like to join my team?" Nightcrawler goes around. He basically goes around and picks up all the members of the new X-Men team: Nightcrawler, Storm, Colossus. He goes to every single one of them. He goes to Wolverine, picks him up. This is the first time you see Wolverine since the events of Hulk 181. So there's a couple books that came out after that, and then you don't see Wolverine, and he comes back out on Giant Size X-Men 1 as a member of the X-Men. He gathers them up and basically says, "I need your guys' help to go get the X-Men. They're trapped. My X-Men team is trapped on an island. It's a living, breathing island called Krakoa, and I need you guys to go there and save the X-Men." And so basically, the only one that came back out of the island is Scott. The other X-Men are trapped on the island of Krakoa, and it's basically like a self-sustaining island, and it's a mutant island, and it's basically aware and it wants to kill the X-Men. And so what it does is it traps them all, but it sends Scott back to Professor Xavier to have him send more mutants, basically, so he can consume them as well. And so it's just it's a great story, because you get to see all these team members being recruited, them going to Krakoa. You get to see Scott Summers again, Cyclops, and see what he's been up to. And man, it's this comic book right here is iconic. This is an iconic comic book. This is X-Men. If you're an X-Men fan, this is a book that you want to have in your collection for sure. And yeah, basically, I waited like this. These books took like 2 weeks to grade. I got these books back right away, 2 weeks, because I paid the extra money, $85, and they speeded them up. I got them in 2 freaking weeks, man. I got these books back. But yeah, I'm super excited, super happy to have those. I'm still waiting, guys, on my first appearance of Punisher, my Wolverine #1. I'm waiting on my Silver Surfer 44, First Infinity Gauntlet. I'm waiting on my first appearance of Captain Universe. I have that one coming. Both of those were signed. One was signed by who was the one signed by? The Silver Surfer 44 was signed by by Ron Lim, and the freaking the Captain Marvel, the Micronauts 9, I believe it is. That was signed by, I can't remember the guy's name. I got really bad memory right now. So, man, it's right at the tip of my tongue. I can't remember his name, but I got those coming back. I also have coming back my first appearance of Blade, and I have that coming back. I have, what other books did I ship out? I shipped out a bunch of nice key comics, like bigger books. And I'm just waiting on those bad boys to come back. Got a couple Batmans. I got some books over at CBCS that I'm waiting on that I will be showing you guys as well. I got my first appearance of Archangel graded. I got my X-Men 1 Deadly Genesis graded, which everybody knows is the first appearance of Scott Summers' brother. This is the third Summers brother. I got that one graded. It's a sick ass homage to Giant Size X-Men, but it's a Genesis, the Deadly Genesis cover variant. What other comic book did I get? Oh, I got this sick ass X Factor book, but it's sick because it's Todd McFarlane art, and it's Todd McFarlane and also Rob Liefeld art, and it looks sick. People dog Rob Liefeld all the time, but it's cool. And I had this book certified, so they're doing a certification of the signature, so that's signed. Also, the Deadly Genesis is signed. I think Ed Brubaker was an artist on that one. He signed that one, so those are getting signed and graded. Those will come back red labels, but they're gonna look cool. I can't wait to see those books come back in with the red labels and stuff. So yeah, waiting on those. Also, excuse me, really sad about the announcement today that Cloak and Dagger was canceled after a second season only. So 2 seasons, they're done. No more Cloak and Dagger. Really sad about that. We're not going to be seeing a third season. It was crazy because I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking about, are we going to see Cloak and Dagger season 3? Or like, when are they going to show like a trailer or something for it? And today I seen on Facebook that they canceled season 3, and I'm like, oh man, but it's all good, because I think that eventually, now that Kevin Feige has creative control over everything that is Marvel, he's gonna change everything around. I wouldn't be shocked if he reboots all these shows and only keeps some of the favorites. So if the shows, it's all about ratings. If he sees that people are watching, tuning in, then a lot of these shows will probably be not coming back. But shows like Daredevil, shows like The Punisher, they got super high ratings that were good, that were exciting and kick ass. I can guarantee you those shows will be coming back even if they have to reboot the actors who play them. But shoot, Charlie Cox, he was a great Daredevil. John Bernthal was a great Punisher. Those shows were epic. Today I went back and watched, I bought the trilogy, 3-movie Blu-ray trilogy of Blade 2, and Blade Trinity, and I went back and watched them all. My goodness, those are so sick, because I haven't seen them in years. And I kind of vaguely remember. I remember Blade 2 way more than I do Blade Trinity, but I know I loved Blade Trinity. And so each one of those movies are just epic and great. I probably watched Blade like a freaking 100, 200 times. I've seen it so many times. But went back today, watched Blade Trinity. The other day I watched Blade 2. And I cannot wait to see what they do with Mahershala Ali. He's going to be freaking epic. Even though Wesley Snipes he was great. There's probably nobody who can top what Wesley Snipes did as Blade. He's gonna have to use what Mahershala Ali is gonna have to basically use what Blade did as a blueprint for what he needs to do for his movies, because I mean, it's just, he was, the way he had him down to a T. I can see if Marvel like makes him have more gadgets, makes him just like they can make him epic with the technology they have now, or they can make him like old school, like an old school Blade. But I don't think that would work out too good. They gotta make him futuristic. They gotta make Marshala Ali futuristic on a motorcycle, like a badass motorcycle, badass futuristic car. Freaking, I would love to see Morbius somehow bite Blade, make him like, even if it started with Morbius, even if the movie starts with the origin of Blade being that he was bitten by Morbius to become like a super human freaking vampire hybrid type dude, that would be epic. And then not even show Morbius anymore, and then have him fight like some type of Legion of Darkness, werewolves, just Lycans, just, oh my gosh, that's what we need in Marvel. We need movies like that where you get to see like the dark side of Marvel, basically. Ghost Rider, all these like dark freaking characters that they have been kept in the shadows for a long time. But now, rest in peace Stan Lee. Now that Stan Lee has passed away, the creative rights are going to Kevin Feige, so he's basically like the man. He's the man at Marvel now. When it comes to the movies, they trust him. They put everything in his hands, and I cannot be more excited for Blade. So of course I'm gonna be waiting on my Tomb of Dracula 10 to come in so that I can check that out and see what grade I got. I think that book will probably come around in the 6.5, probably 7.5 range. It was kind of lower, had a nice little crease on the top corner, I remember. So it wasn't the greatest condition comic, but I'd be shocked if it came back at 8.0. It is pretty nice though. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you guys that book when it comes in. What other books did I get graded? I think those were the cream of the crop. Oh, I can't wait to see my first appearance of Rocket Raccoon. I can't wait to see what that book grades. That book is beautiful. It's Hulk 350 or something like that, I think. I can't remember the 380, something like that, but it's one of those numbers, Hulk book, and first comic book appearance of Rocket Raccoon, and it's man, I got high hopes for that book. I really, really believe that book is a 9.8. I'd be shocked if it comes back a 9.6. CGC has done me wrong before though, but if you're watching this video, CGC, if any of my friends here are with CGC, the book is beautiful. And so I'm really, really excited and like waiting to see what that book comes. I'm going in optimistic, and I'm hoping that book comes at 9.8. My goodness, if it comes back at 9.8, it's super freaking beautiful. It's super worth it. It should come back at 9.8. That's what I think, because it's just gorgeous. But we're gonna go ahead and see when that book comes back. Remember my video, and remember my grades, and maybe you guys could be like, oh, he said it was a 9.8, came back this, or he said it was a 9.8, came back at 9.8. But yeah, we'll go ahead and keep a close eye on that. So yeah, I want to go ahead and show you guys these books. These are my recent CGC books, and yeah, I'll go ahead and put these in my collection. Happy to have those back, and wait for you guys. Check out my next videos, are coming soon, so be on the lookout for those. I have not finished reading House of X and Powers of X yet. I think I have 4 more books that I have to read, and then I'll be done with that, and I'll go ahead and make a review, final review, make a video all about the House of X, X-Men, my thoughts on House of X, X-Men, which I absolutely love already, and hasn't disappointed. I also picked up New Mutants #1. That is crazy because I believe that's Bob McLeod and Chris Claremont. They're back on doing the New Mutants, which is incredible. Also X-Men #1, which is the dawn of the X-Men, something like that. But that's Hickman as well, with, I believe, Silva's on the art again. It's incredible, and I'm looking forward to start reading that. So I'll keep you guys posted on those books. And still got my Namor that I showed you guys in my last video. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, go back and check that out. It's my Namor Omnibus that I just picked up, which I want to start reading. Haven't got into it yet, so keep an eye on that as well. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go, and as always, Joe the Collector, peace. One, I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next video.